right, dudes, you want to see an unboxing? You guys like this kind of thing? So I just got the biggest paycheck of my entire life for any job for 2 weeks. Okay? It's hot on the heels of the second biggest paycheck I've ever gotten, which was for the 2 weeks prior. So for 4 weeks, for this month, I've made more in pay than I ever have before. Okay? The only time I ever got a check bigger was my retirement check and my early retirement package check, which was the same size. Those are the only two checks I've ever gotten bigger than today's paycheck. Now, granted, I had to work 135 hours, and I've been able to finally get a good job that pays well. My paycheck I got today equals the same amount of money I made for my entire first year of working, which was back in 1990, so that's 35 years ago. So what did I do? I bought myself a little stupid gift, and I paid way too much for a comic book. I'm pretty sure it's in this box. I'm gonna unbox it. Here we go. Let's take a look. There's a couple of comics in here. Here's some of them. Those aren't the ones I'm gonna show you. Let's show you this one. Here it comes. Yes, it's in a slab. I'm not happy about it. I wish it wasn't. There we go. Whiz Comics number 89, 6.5. This is from September of 1947. Why did I get this comic? Off-white to white pages. Boy, it looks beautiful. This is the very first comic book with Spider-Man in it. You can see him from the back here. This is a villain. He is a one-time appearance villain in this Captain Marvel Shazam comic book, Whiz Comics. And his name is Spider-Man, and Captain Marvel battles him. I hate that it is slabbed. Did I mention that before? I want to open this and look at it and read it, but this thing just does not come up for sale. There is one non-slabbed copy of this sitting on eBay. It is demolished. The actual pictures of Spider-Man, they're just torn out. They're missing. And the comic is so expensive. Then there have been slabbed ones that come up, worse than a 6.5, and they cost so much money. And then this one popped up from a comic dealer that I buy from all the time, and it was the highest quality one, and it was the absolute cheapest price. As soon as it popped up, I had to buy it. I had to. I've been wanting to add this to my collection, okay? But all is not lost. I was able to find some nice scans online. Now, they have a lot of the Whiz Comics scanned in on the sites that I go to for downloadable public domain comics. But there is a batch. They get to like they've got like, from issue 2 where it begins up through issue 60 something, and then it skips 20 issues or something and then resumes in like the high 90s or early 100s and goes on from there. So this isn't there, but I did find a site after a lot of searching where they scanned in just the pages, the first story of Captain Marvel versus Spider-Man, not the rest of the comic, but that one. And I'll show it to you here. Okay, so there's a scan of the cover, page 1, Captain Marvel and the Webs of Crime. And there he is. He's ensnared Captain Marvel in a web. But I believe that is just a preview of what's to come. So now we get into the story. The cops are caught in the web. And look, he says right there, "Come into my parlor," said the spider to the fly. "Ha! You are caught in the web of Spider-Man." See, he has like a bag slung over his shoulder that he squeezes this webbing out of. And he's got these like goofy little horns or something held onto his head by a strap. He's got pointed Vulcan ears, a furry like monkey-like body. It's really weird. All right, to the next page. And there's young Billy Batson. Coming to investigate, I guess. Hope he gets knocked out. These guys work for Spider-Man. Okay. And he comes to. Holy moly. Shazam. Okay, so he turns into Captain Marvel. He knocks the dudes out, and now he's got a battle. Look at that. Now for you, Spider-Man. Oh, look, I'll show you. I did a little cleanup on this page. Take a look at Captain Marvel's costume there on the middle panel to the left. Boom. See what I did? I did that in Photoshop. See, I'm just trying to clean these up for myself, I guess. All right, so there he is. He's squirting his web in a bag onto Captain Marvel's face. And off to the next page. So, ensnaring more people in the web. Ooh, he caught a whole truck in his web. Captain Marvel's flying. Oh, he's flying to the web. There's what is that, a cop with a bag of money? Spider-Man at last. So much for your web. That red ape again? Dude, you're the one that looks like an ape. You all right? If so, I'll get after Spider-Man. So remember, Marvel's Spider-Man did not make his debut until 1962. This is from 1947. There he goes. So he squirts his web in a bag up the building and then climbs up it. And I climb it just like a spider. Captain Marvel just flies after him, but too slow. He made it into the building. But Spider-Man is equally annoyed. Next page. Okay, so the kids are playing Captain Marvel. Spider-Man comes upon them. There's Billy Batson. Billy Batson gets sprayed in the, or I should say, squirted in the mouth. Okay, he can't turn into Shazam. Look at that. It must be the web of Spider-Man. And he just wraps him up, sticks him in a web. Oh, look, there's a big, giant, fat spider at the bottom of that web. How'd that get there? Oh, it's his pet tarantula. He says it right there. He's poisonous. I don't think tarantulas are poisonous. Oh, look at me talking like I know something. I don't know if they're poisonous or not. Oh, but there's another spider in that little glass case on the table. Okay, next page. Holy moly, the tarantula getting closer. It's crawling up to him. Yikes, that's scary. But he gets his mouth free and Shazam, boom, turns into Captain Marvel, punches Spider-Man right in the chin. Take this. And that was that. He wins. He wraps him up in his own web in a bag and then turns back into Billy Batson to report on it on his weekly radio program or whatever it is Billy does. And that was that. So that's the full thing. So, hey, at least we got to look at it, right? Okay, so, I'm still tempted to, bust this thing open and free my comic book, but I won't. That's just stupidity right there. But let me talk a little bit about Slabbed Comics, if I haven't talked about them before, which I'm sure I have. This whole concept of worrying about the condition of a comic, I go to YouTube, I try to watch people like me talking about comics, having a little fun, and for whatever reason, the majority of them are people that just talk about, they don't even talk about it. They just show what they got. They just show off these slabbed comics. Here's what I got today. And they're all just slabbed. And they talk about, I got it in a 9.8. I got it in a 9.6. I got it in a 9.4 and I cracked it and resubmitted it. So what they're talking about is they bust these things open somehow. And this thing's sturdy. I don't know how they're busting it open without destroying the comic, but they bust them open and then they send the comic off to these places where they clean and press them. So they open the comic, they bend the staples back, they pull every page out, and they put them in these chemical baths that clean them and flatten them out, and then they put them through like a paper presser, and then they reassemble the whole thing and put it back together, and then resubmit it, and it gets slabbed again, so that it's somehow slightly better, but all sealed up. So how do you know? It's clean, but cleaner on the inside where you can't see it. It's slabbed up, and it goes from a 9.4 to a 9.6, and they're so excited, and they spent hundreds of dollars to do this and half a year waiting for it to arrive, and they're look at that. Where's the fun in that? Okay, I get it. If it's a trading card, I know a lot of people get these trading cards, and there's only a front and a back to a trading card, so having it sealed up, that's all you can see. To me, the concept of putting so much time and effort and money into making a piece of cardboard a little bit flatter and a little bit cleaner, for what? Who cares about this stuff? But a comic to where you can't open it up and look at the artwork, and you can't read the story, and you can't enjoy it, you're just reduced to looking at the image of the cover. I don't know. I like comic books. I don't like them sealed up like this, but no amount of me whining matters. So now I got another slabbed comic to add to my collection. And no, I'm not going to bust this open. That's it. Here it is. But it's mine now, and I spent way too much on it, but it was a deal. Yeah. I guess that's it for now. See ya.